Hello everybody! This is a very different setup to how I usually stream. So I'm just kind of checking that it's all working. Oh, that's playing back. Don't want to play that back. Oh, I shouldn't have that on the screen either. Trying to get, so my chat overlay that I usually use hooks up to the YouTube API, but it uses the chat ID that works with streaming via the live now area of YouTube, whereas this is streaming an event, which I only did so that people could get a heads up of when it was going to be. But I didn't realize you used a whole new, because you had to get a whole new stream key that you have to put in, and then as a result of that, it's creating like a different live stream and therefore a different chat ID. So I'm just looking quickly if I can get that, and therefore get the overlay up. Doesn't matter if I don't. If we don't, then we'll just rock with the overlay should be, and whatever. Or I could get rid of that so people don't ask where it is. So yeah, before we get properly started, I am just looking to see if I can find, remember even how to get the live chat ID for the stream, which will be somewhere in here. We're gonna, like, in the VOD of this, I'm gonna just cut off the beginning. It's a little choppy how you do that on YouTube's editor, but I know it's possible. So it doesn't matter too much if we waste some time at the beginning here. But how are you guys? How is everybody doing? You want to send yours? The thing is, I have a lot of. Oh wow, it's trying to do subtitles. That's interesting. I'm just looking at them on the public view. It's actually, it's not that bad. Sometimes it's awful, but it's actually kind of impressive, that sort of live captioning it's doing there. Anyway, should be able to pop out chat window from the streaming window. Add the URL as a web resource in OBS. That's yeah, that's not how I'm doing it though. I have my own overlay that I built in GameMaker, Matt. So I got it from one of these pages. I need to find my live chat ID by using like a try it now function that returned live chat ID. That's what I want. Live chat ID YouTube. YouTube data API, live chat messages. In terms of like playing people's games as well, like I was just gonna kind of go through them in order of like earliest submitted, but if there were people specifically in the chat who were like, "Hey, I'm so and so. This is my game, and and you're here now." I suppose it's advantageous if I just do the games of people who are here first, and then when we run out of those, we start going in order. I was planning. The reason I was going to do this yesterday, but the reason I pushed it back to today was I wanted to like go through a bunch of them and sort of be ready to like vet them a bit and just make sure like they work and stuff like that, so I'm not wasting loads of time. I didn't manage to do that in the end anyway, but hopefully it won't be too bad. We're doing it live. It's all that kind of thing happens all the time. So I have like two. Okay, so I have a key in here, which is presumably a client ID or something, and also a live chat ID. Hopefully I can just change the live chat ID and that might make this work. But I need to find out how to get that in the first place. So there's yeah, I mean, you can follow the Twitch tutorial, which tells you how to, like, the thing with getting the chat and stuff from Twitch is that you connect to IRC, whereas in this you're just getting back JSONs from YouTube of chat messages, which is a bit different. You just use HTTP again and you like process a bunch of stuff, but at the moment something weird is going on with the text I'm getting back, and like using certain emotes after a while seems to cause like weird memory corruption, and my overlay crashes now and again, and I don't know how to fix that yet. So it's not perfect, but I want to see if I can at least get it. I'll only spend a few minutes trying to work this out. If I can't work it out, we'll just go without the overlay. Live chat moderators last. YouTube API, how to get the live chat ID. In the following URI, a key emitted. Well, where do I put the key? Live broadcasts question mark, maybe that's the API I need. Live broadcasts overview. So the list of broadcasts and HTTP parameters, does that just return ID? Again. I get live chat ID. If I had known this was going to happen, I would have tried to fix this beforehand, obviously. There's no way to get the live chat ID from stream now, live broadcast. Yes, you can. Alright, so you need the stream ID, and then call live broadcasts, and that'll give you it back, I think. If I type this in, oh, where is that live? This is live broadcast in here. Status. Which one do I call? Which one do I call? Congratulations, Penguin Muffins. Which one do I call? Login required. API key. I have an API key, so that's fine if I use that, I guess. Part. What does it do? What goes in the part field? What did it say in GameMaker again? Oh, right, pod snippet. ID. Oh, gosh, I don't know why any of those were. Oh, right, but that's the ID of the broadcast. Where is that? I think this is going to take too long for me to work out. I think I'm just going to have to go without it. Unfortunately. Yeah, sod it for now. Overlay just crashes all the time anyway. But I don't want to have the let's where the overlay should be on the screen, because then that's just going to make people ask where the overlay is all the time. Can I just... Oh yeah, I do have that as a separate thing. I can just be like... this. Maybe put some text there or something. Yeah, give me a second. Ignore my weird D&D map being made here. No watching this if you're in my D&D campaign, I hope. 20. Yeah, weird things are happening in my D&D campaign. Anyway, let's just get this chunk at the bottom. I'll be quick. We'll get properly started soon, I promise. I don't want to do like a text thing in OBS because they look rubbish. So I'm just going to do something quick in here. I'm not accepting new ones right now because we've got loads and to get through, absolutely loads. I wasn't sure how many I was going to get. I knew it was either going to be, I was either going to get loads or hardly any. Part of me was naively hoping for a nice balanced amount in between, but I should have known that wasn't going to happen. Oops, it's not content aware or anything, there we go. Here we are, build it. We're doing everything we should have done before the stream starts on stream, because we do it live, guys. That's how we roll. We do it live. Has that actually got a... Oh, it's got a sharp on it, but it looks a bit wrong. Let's do strong. There we go. Cool. Hopefully that's tall enough. It looks tall enough. Desktop. Let's go to the overlay folder. Boom. Okay. Let me just add that to the stream and we'll get going. Image. Temp overlay. Local project. Where the hell did I just save that? I saved it to the overlay folder on my desktop. There we go. Let's bring that underneath the other things. Go, bring it down a little, and we're set. Okay. That's the main thing I needed to clarify. So, who do we have in the chat who submitted a game? So I must have an email from you already before today. No, someone submitted one at half two. Well, we might do those last if we get time. But if you're in the chat, you submit one today. Yeah, you can say me, but I need to know the email address or the name of it in your email address. Penguin Muffins, I think I recognize yours. And Mozzie, I think I know yours. So. Penguin Muffins. Oh, someone's at my door. What's... I'll be right back, guys, sorry. Delivery guy trying to open my door. Like, literally, like, it hasn't even waited 2 seconds for me to come to answer the door, and is literally trying to open the front door? Like, what the hell? It's not even the first time that's happened. It's happened a lot with, like, Amazon people who are in a crazy rush. Like, I have to rush down to make sure they don't just sod off. Christ. And the reason it happens is because they're under an enormous amount of pressure to deliver stuff super fast. God damn, it's ridiculous. Anywho. So I'm seeing a lot of messages in the chat, but it's gonna have to keep things in English, guys, because I can't read what you're saying. It's just noise in the chat that I can't get to other people's messages from. So I'm gonna have to ask you for English words only, please. And I knew whose I was looking for. I'm just seeing if I missed anything else. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm just gonna go with these two that I know about. So, Penguin Muffins, Seagull.exe, this is the one, yeah. No preview available. That's fine. How do I even... This is the thing. This is why I can't want to vet some of these as well, because I know that some people use like Google Drive and stuff without sharing access to it properly. So some of these we might have a lot of weird downtime in between each one. This is all very experimental, guys. And as I say, I don't know what the final like video of this is going to take. Like, this is just me playing some of these things, but I want to do like a video where we like highlight some of the coolest ones or something, you know. But this part is just experimental, where we just sort of I play the things. So Seagull Spree, I'd save you into this folder. This is a solely exe. This better be like 1.x and not be an it's going to be an installer, isn't it? Boo. Okay, so we've got Penguin Muffins. Let's get Mozzies. And then we'll move on from there. Encrypted attachment warning. He gave me a... People have found all kinds of ways. All people had to do was send like upload it to like Dropbox and send like a link or something. Would have been the easy way. Change it back to raw. Passworded it. Not sure why, but okay. Capture.png. Alright. When I said a screenshot of the project, I kind of meant like in GameMaker, but I can see it's got the icon. I believe you. Okay. Let's see what Seagull Spree's about. We're just gonna get in there. I'm not even gonna... I'm gonna see a lot of this today, aren't I? Right. Yeah. I need to make a list of all the games I'm gonna have to uninstall. Because, no offense guys, but I'm not keeping your games installed. Unless they're real good. Try and give each one like a good look at as well. Let's see if we... what's audio like for you guys as well? Like, it's always hard for me to tell. Most people always say my voice is quiet and the music's too loud, but then I change it and then people are like, yeah, that's good. And then when I listen to it back, you can't hear any sound from games and stuff, and all you can hear is me, which I don't want. I need some way to... I need to pop the chat out. Oh, if it's just... I'm suspicious of being just the EXE, because if it's a GameMaker Studio 2 game Mozzie, you can't do it as just the EXE. You would have to provide the data.win, and I didn't see one of those with your thing. It's buggy and crap, but yeah, that's whatever. That's... I'm sure it won't be the worst. I like the music. Let's add this to set a game capture. There we go. Let's just give it a nice presence there. Okay. So the only key to start, arrow keys, or WASD to move. I have no idea what this game even is. Click on a target to bomb. P to pause, music. Oh, just to pause music, fair enough. Escape to quit. I'd suggest something like M for that, but that's fair enough. Any key to start. Well, space is any key. I have no idea what any of these are. Should I be... Ooh. Alright, okay, so we don't touch those. Presumably we don't touch anything? I'm not sure. Alright. I'm a seagull. What would a seagull... I want to poo... Oh, do I want to like poo on people's heads or something? Ah, right, okay, I'm getting you. I'm with it. No, I think I screwed this one up. Oh. I'm just noticing it's trying to play like a boo. Oh, can I do it on these ones? It's on the umbrellas, or no? Those ones are just obstacles. Whoa. See, I want to do it from as far away as possible just to hear the noise. Bee. Does this scale in difficulty? Or... Oh gosh. This is pretty cool. I think all you really need to do with this is like ramp the difficulty up, like as you go. Maybe make it a little clearer what you need to do from the beginning. Weirdly enough, I feel like the sound effect should be infuriating, but it's actually not bothering me. I'm quite enjoying it just because of the... That's sick. Anyway, I don't think it doesn't seem to be progressing in any way other than that. So I think we'll leave that one there. We'll move on. It's very cool. It seems to be all there is to it anyway. I don't know if we may have missed anything. So I don't know in this as well, like how much like the creative criticism maybe people want. Maybe I should have asked that. I was tempted to do that, like when I announced this in the first place, was to ask people to specify in their video whether or not they wanted criticism, but I also didn't want people to like feel they had to say yes or whatever, you know. But whatever, I'm just gonna go with what I usually do, and talk about things anyway. So this was cool. One thing, well, I only really have a couple of things to say about this one. Is firstly, it's not 100% clear what you do. Eventually, I did pick it up. The clue is quite good that these massive bald heads are here. And it's like, oh, why are they bald heads kind of thing? I'm a seagull. And then, oh! And like, it kind of hit me. So, but I think that's just like a, you know, put it on people's heads. You know, you can just say that as a thing right off the bat, right? On the menu, and then suddenly it's like, oh, I know what to do. It's like click on target to bomb. Fair enough, but I don't know what a target is. And at first I didn't even realize what it meant by bomb, you know? The other thing I would say is if your difficulty in clicking a thing is restricted to just clicking directly on the target, that's fine, but you need to quickly ramp up the difficulty of that to make it interesting. Like they need to move really quickly, or like move back and forth, or you know. Because just clicking on a thing, a mouse is a really precise instrument, you know, and for most, say most, not all people, but for most people, clicking on a thing doesn't present a whole lot of challenge, which is fine if that, you know, you don't necessarily need that to be the challenge. But what I would say is over time, ramping up the things that are killing you as well, like the umbrella ones that, like, if you hit them, that was game over. You'd either like ramp them up or like produce ones that are bigger or something in order to like, give you, because if you're trying to build up a score, the idea is it should get harder to get more score over time. Otherwise, you're just building score up until the point where you decide to lose, you know, once you've mastered it. Yeah, I know what you mean, retro a bit, but like honestly, like the art not being consistent is a pretty minor point for like a beginner game like this. Like yes, it is worth pointing out that like this pixel art thing like looks cool off here, and the artwork doesn't match it. So you've got artwork that's very high resolution in this, very low resolution in this, and so there's an obvious sort of juxtaposition between the two styles. Like even though like these images are fairly amateurish or whatever, it would still look consistent, which is important if like you would have hand drawn this as well, even if it was just in the same style, same quality as everything else, right? Or if you'd have made all the sprites and fonts and stuff really low res like this, just so it matches, right? Make it rampable in difficulty over time, make the graphics more consistent, and make it clearer what you had to do. Those are pretty much the three main things, and I think those are pretty small things. So I think like with just a little bit of work, this could be really cool. Thank you. That was a really cool game. Who we got next? We got Mozzie's thing next. He says it just runs from 1exe. I'm not sure I believe him. Was this Gen Plat, right? Oh, it does. That's weird. How does it do that? It doesn't have a data dot win with it. They usually need those. Okay, so I don't have any control instructions or anything. Also, the game is like way bigger than full screen. Can I alter the resolution of this in any way? Like, you see, I've got space at the bottom here. I can't quite see all of the UI. Just if you're in the chat, yeah, then I'll give you a minute. Otherwise, I mean, I'll try and play it like this, but it might not be the best look. I'm not getting an alt enter or anything like that. One, two, three to alter screen. Ah, okay, cool. We'll go with this and then I'll big it up for everyone. I think this is going to be the right resolution to... Oh, almost fits perfectly. That's probably more about my OBS setup than the game. We'll stretch it out a bit more. There we go. Cool. Do we have a jump button? I'm not sensing one yet. So left and right, we can't use WASD. And, exploring the keyboard. Welp. Oh, okay, R restarts the game, but it also kicks my resolution back. But I think that's okay in terms of OBS. I think OBS doesn't care, so at least it won't mess up on the stream. How to play is in the email. Oh gosh, I have to read these things. Z is jump. Gosh, okay. Space jab. That might not be a thing I have yet. Okay, so the ladder's like a platform. Interesting. Okay. The art's very pretty. Oh, we got a wall jump as well. Oh, beware. Why? What's wrong? That's a bold font. I respect it. Oh, he said bring him. Oh, I don't pay enough attention to things. I think he said bring him some stuff and he'll give me a sword. Do you want a sword? Okay, so I can hold down and jump to go like down a ladder, or like a rope, I guess maybe. I don't know if those things were like a threat, but I didn't want to touch them. Chest. Okay, I don't think I have the ability to open chest yet. Oh, what's this? No, I don't seem to be able to interact with it, whatever it is. It's a pretty chain, but I don't know if it does anything. Oh, nah! God! Darn it. I just seem to fall forever when I... Yeah, I am literally falling forever, I can tell, because I can move left or right. Okay, let's restart again. Change the screen size, there we go. Ah! God damn it, I keep falling in the lava, stupid... It's not even a big lava pit. Right. Do I have to talk to that dude again now? I do. Jump on the critters' heads. Fair enough. Once again, I didn't read what he told me. Ooh, what's this? It's glowy. It implies I can interact with it. But... I can't. Nah! Oh! Oh! That looked like I'd hit that. Okay, coin. Oh, I'm getting coins. Cool. That's what I need. So I want to jump on more things' heads. So there's more of those things back where I fell down before. Box I can push. There's a lot of features in this. A lot of, like, visual polish as well. Oh, that's the same dude. Can I jump on these? Don't seem so. So my main criticism of this is that there's a lot of really good, really like pretty visual information and visual like feel good stuff going on, but a lot of the like the fundamentals need a lot of work. So like the controls are really floaty, don't feel massively responsive a lot of the time, and despite all the pretty aesthetics, a lot of it is kind of unclear. It's not super clear what I can interact with. It's not clear what things do. Like, I had no reason, like, I was told to get coins, but I couldn't see coins, and the answer seemed to be, well, alright, I see how I can get up here. The answer seemed to be that I can jump on things as heads, but I had to see you tell me that in the chat to work that out. I had no reason to jump on a thing that I can perceive only as possibly some kind of threat. Is kind of a risk for me to take as a player. I know, like, oh, well, Mario is like, you just jump on the heads, and that doesn't retaliate that, but Mario also has a super cleverly designed, like, 1-1 that shows you those things in a very structured, clear way. Whereas in here, all I know off the bat is that I want coins. cool. So I have the sword now. Can I do anything with it? So space said it was... Since space was jab, right? And, like, I'm an idiot, so sometimes, like, yeah, obviously working things out is just, like, me being stupid. But a lot of people are idiots. So... How do I use the sword? How do I... Oh, okay, X is it. Your email lied to me. X is stab, not space. Also, I know a lot of games use it. I'm not personally keen on the arrows and Z layout for platformers, but that's a personal taste thing. So now what are these? They like charge. There's a lot of stuff like this that looks like it's a thing. I guess this is just meant to be like a visual, like it's a lighting thing, but it looks like it's interactive in some way, and yet it's not. So there's too much, I think, too much visual similarity between things that are like meaningful gameplay-wise and things that are not. So I think my main thing I would say about this is you've clearly poured a lot of effort and done very well at making this like visually appealing. But I think you need to work on the clarity and feedback of those visuals in terms of the game. Oh. What is that doing? Okay, alright, so that was damaging that. That was kind of like, I knew something was happening, because obviously the screen was like flashing bright white. I had no idea that it was... Okay, X. Sword opens the chests, fair enough. What's smart with this box is the pointing the arrow on it. That's pretty cute. Or I suppose it would have been if it had been on the other side. I already knew how boxes worked at this point, but that could be a cool thing you could do just to demonstrate to people how they work. I'm also a bit lost. So I came here, I got this red thing. I'm not sure what the red thing does. Or what it is. Almost looks like I want to jump up there somehow, but I don't want to risk falling, and it's probably just to help me get over the gap, isn't it? Also, I don't know if there's meant to be no sounds in this. I'm guessing there's just no sounds. Oh, okay, right, they're keys. There's like in a Doom style thing, so that opens the red door. Okay. With you. Portal? Okay, just some sort of... Oh, I don't know, some sort of something. Hey, I don't want the murder. What? Okay, drops like an egg. Repeatedly. Nah. Okay. That lets me get through those. But there's nothing through there. Can I get on this? Not sure how these ladders are meant to work. But I've got a wall jump thing. I'm not, oh gosh, I think I'm out of the map. Not sure that was meant to happen. Oh, I understand it's far from finished. I'm not, yeah. Okay, so I can't sword those, I can only jump on them. Okay, have I missed anything? Or is this about what there is? It's finished now, it's as far as you can go. Cool. So yeah, this was cool. A lot of work obviously going into it visually, that's clearly what you've been focusing on. My main advice would therefore be to make sure you don't forget everything else. I think it would be good to take a step back and just reevaluate what you have currently and work on getting those fundamentals really solid. So getting your movement, feeling really good. Like these ladders, I think they're if you've got that wall jump, and the wall jump feels pretty good. Like when you hang on, like doing this, like that's cool, and that's a perfect way to ascend any corridor of that, any type of thing like that. So you could get rid of every ladder in the game because your ladders, as implemented, don't work amazingly well, and you could spend time like that. They work like a series of one-way platforms, right? So rather than, I wouldn't bother putting more effort into trying to make them better, or like even like rewriting them as ladders or whatever. I would just scrap them, because you don't need them. You've got a mechanic that already lets you ascend that already feels good. Like you've got this cool wall jump. You don't need them. So I would say get rid of those. And just, yeah, lean into what you already have that already feels good. Just trying to think of anything else. I think this is, I was going to criticize it, but I think that's just you're doing a new thing there and it's not finished yet or whatever. Interesting though, like going through a thing and becoming small suddenly. That's interesting to see what you do with that. But it's off to a good start. I think it's really cool. As I say, just work on those fundamentals, I think, before pouring too much more and more time into all these like cool visuals. Thank you very much. Do we have anyone else in the chat who has a game they submitted and I've submitted my game with this email for this person. Cool. That's what we want. Oh, you're a Nazi. Oh, go away then. Still read. So the problem with that is you might be joking. I'm just going to take you at your word. I don't care. I have one mod who I just like made mod randomly once, but I usually just do it myself. Now and again I still play Minecraft, yes. So I've got this guy. I'm going to play this one. Sorry if it's going to feel a bit like a mad free-for-all every time I ask, because I don't necessarily want to build up like a big queue of them like I do for Ludum things. It's all a bit different. My submission for the viewer project. Let's get Felix Paulson's game. Tough Islands. And before installer. Add to the list. It's not too bad. I'll just go through and install them after. Tough Islands. Do I still use GameMaker Studio 1.4? No, I don't really have a reason to. Do I really play Minecraft? Sure, I mean, it's probably on my desktop. It's right there. I haven't played it in a while, but I do like the game quite a lot. Maybe Banana Crabman, but I hope we work out kind of a... This is very experimental at the moment, so I just want to work out what's the best way of doing this kind of thing. So we're just kind of just going at it randomly for now. Yes, I heard your joke the first time, can't really end my thing. Please choose a language. I do not speak Dansk, so I'm going to go with English. Welcome to version 1.0.9. Got all version numbers. Mice now spawn less frequent. Good to know. If you have any feedback, please click the feedback button in the main menu. Press enter to start the game. I'm going to make a point in this of just not reading anyone's instructions on how to play the game on the website and relying entirely on what's in the game to teach me. Can I maximize this without crushing the artwork? I'll play it in window just to be sure, and I'll maximize it on here. Whoa. Oh, I should be locally recording this, shouldn't I, as well, actually? Because yeah, the footage is on YouTube, but some... which should be alright, but I think I want to back it up just in case. Let me just set OBS recording properly as well. Start recording. Okay, cool. How much space do I have on T drive, just to be sure? Gosh, that is eating a lot on my CPU though. Hope that doesn't... I might not be able to locally record. I used to be able to, you know, just fine. Sorry, the stream is probably going a bit nuts right now. Apologies. Give me a second. OBS. Why do you do this? Am I gonna have to go back to XSplit or something? Maybe it's since I changed to OBS Studio, you know? Like, maybe the original OBS would work better. It is kind of like a beta. Well, it was at the time. I don't know what it's like now. Like super fast on recording, do like 1500 bit rate recording. See if that chills out the CPU a little bit. Hello? Right, okay, this might be better now. Sorry, these things are gonna happen a little bit. Just every time I do something now, like my computer's just like freezing a little bit, and I know when it freezes a little bit, it's gonna impact the stream and give me like robot voice and all kinds of things. Let me just close all this nonsense. Why the hell? Oh, god damn it! Epic Games Launcher. Don't need you in my life right now. Alright guys, I'm just closing down some stuff and trying to wrestle my computer back under control. We will get into this game in a minute. I'm going to stop recording on OBS though. I think it's just not going to be stable. It doubles my CPU take to record and stream at the same time. It's a shame because that's the highest quality footage I'm going to get, isn't it? I mean, if I don't get... Well, I suppose I'm not playing any music or anything, so I won't get copyrights on this video. Hopefully I can just download the footage go from there. Or I can just find the ones I think are coolest and just record new footage of them, you know, and this can just be as it is. Maybe I don't need the footage. It just seems it's so difficult at the moment to like locally record and stream with OBS Studio, and I don't know why. It just crushes everything, and my computer should be able to deal with it fine, so I don't know what the deal is. Oh, I'm getting really warm wearing this. I'm wearing it mostly to cover up my weird back brace thing that I've got going on. But it is too warm today. So yeah, this weird backpack-like thing I've got on, and that I've got around my waist, is trying to help my posture. So it doesn't really do anything so much as like just pulls my shoulders back a little bit, so it just encourages me to sit up properly, and it does work. So I've been wearing it a lot recently to try and sort my stupid back out. But it feels something weird around the waist bit, like it feels like it's always too high up. I'm just trying to like pull it down. I don't know if it's just meant to be like that or what, but it feels weird and uncomfortable. Sometimes I wear it underneath t-shirts, but it gets really itchy. Anywho, let's do this one. So, welcome to Tough Islands. If you've never tried this game before, I recommend I read the help guide. You can also jump straight into the game, have fun. Help, oh gosh, we're going to a website. Oh my days. This is full on. I am very much okay with having my name and special thanks in the credits of the game. That's pretty cool. Very unnecessary, but very cool nonetheless and appreciated. Moving around, is that mouse scroll up there? Control. Right, this is a lot of guides, so. Oh gosh, I hope I don't need this stuff that much. We'll find out. Start game. I'm guessing help just takes me to that. Oh, okay. Options. Enable full screen. It's fine, we full screened it on the thing. Tutorial. Oh, tutorial enabled. Well, new game. The harder difficulty you choose, the faster you hung. Oh god. And thirst rate and health lower. Your temperature will also lower faster at night. Okay, let's go normal. Like this island? No. 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 I don't really know what I'm looking for. Was I in the water there? Screen might go white. Let's go with this. First time playing, I'll help you get started. Click next in this tutorial, or click skip if you already know how to play. Next. First we need to build an axe, since this will make mining and cutting down trees faster. Well, why do I want to cut down trees? I mean, I know I can kind of intuit that from the game, but still. To build an axe we need 2 pieces of stone and 1 wooden stick. Click trees and rocks with the left mouse button to obtain sticks and stone. Clickety 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 clack clack click. Oh, okay, then walk into them, we'll get them. Smack some rocks with my little hammer thing. I don't know if that breaks over time or not. Okay. I'm gonna chat back up as well. Now we are ready to build our first axe. To do this, hit B on your keyboard. This will allow you to enter place mode. Now you can click near you to place the 2 pieces of stone. Click near me. Do I click the stone? Do I click the wood? Oh, okay, do I need to just like... Okay, I need to do it like that. can't remember how much it said I needed of each. There's no, like, it doesn't tell you what each thing's called. I'm guessing that's actually the stick, so I might need... They said I was ready to build it, so maybe I only needed one. Can't remember what it said. If I've already read this, you don't want to scroll it again. To build an axe, we need 2 pieces of stone and 1... Okay, so what's that? Stick. Stone. Ugh. Stick. Okay, so that's telling me now that I've got the things to build a... I tried to click on it, but it didn't quite work. Okay. We got there in the end, we got our axe. And we got an achievement. Oh my god, an achievement. Right, you should get a fire going. To build a fire, you first need 3 pieces of stone to build a stone circle. Okay, so I need more rocks. I'm gonna guess I do this. Okay. Two pieces of coal and 2 sticks first. Right click on logs with my axe. Oh gosh, okay. Oh right, they have to be like... If I place a log there. My axe is already almost broken. Oh, it's actually going to be daytime anyway. It's kind of cool when you place the sticks on it, actually start to kind of like look like a fire. Well, I suppose it's kind of ruined with the coal then. Then hammer it into light. There we go. So we now complete the first part of the tutorial. Click next to learn how to get water. Which I am running out of. Well, I die first. You might get 2 iron bars. You get them from rocks. Oh, which I already have. More iron than I have stone. I mean, I know I used some stone, but not as long as I've got iron. Melt iron on the campfire. Classic. I hope that'll work. I'm running out of trees. Oh, can I swim? No. Oh, but I've got logs. Okay. Farming frame. An interesting sort of discovery of things going on there. Right, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, right, so I didn't want to be in place mode. Even though it's telling me to place it. It's weird. And orange. Let's just pick up that molten iron. It's an interesting way of making things build. It's a little awkward, but... Okay, I can just drink water straight from the ocean. It's cool. Well, if that works as well, like, how do I ever expect to die first? The last part of the tutorial. Fuck no. Oh, I think I killed it. Oh, I killed it. Got some meat. Eat them raw, put them on a campfire first. Let's do that. Oh no, I just ate them. Never mind. Maybe that isn't representing like it's... Maybe that's just to do with how good the axe is or something. Game is very quiet, right? Goodbye, Orange Raccoon. So I mean, it's my attempt. Am I just trying to live as long as possible? Is that basically the whole... So, okay, now I've got food, okay? Fair enough. I get the basics. Now, the problem is, this hasn't really hooked me into the game. The reason is, I've learned how to make the food bar go up and the water bar go up. And, you know, cool. Like, so that goes down. I could just do those things again. And I could just live here doing nothing forever. The only thing really pulling me to maybe explore what I can craft and what I can do is the idea of building like a boat and going sailing and seeing what's on all these other islands. Otherwise, like, I don't need to know how to do anything more than what I just did. And the idea of just staying alive isn't intrinsically super exciting to me. In the game. So how do I do this again? I kind of like the construction method of just plonking things on the floor and then like hammering them into a thing rather than having like put them on a specific container or whatever, but you could still have that in there as well. There's something neat about that, just like assembling all the things and then like donking them into a thing. It's very like feature rich. Like you've got all this stuff in here, like a fishing net. That looks quite cool. It doesn't even look like there's many boats in it or anything. Oh, there's bridges, right? So that's what you can do to go across to the thing. What happens if I just run out of trees and stuff? Sorry, at the moment I'm looking at the... Yeah, it's not clear. I'm looking at this page. I like it and everything, by the way. Thank you for submitting it. Don't get me wrong. So I think my main criticism is it's just... There are a lot of features, but I don't have much of a hook gameplay-wise if I don't intrinsically just enjoy making these bars go back up. Making them go back up like better, you know? So I think maybe that's a problem with these small islands as well. Like if I... You got really good UI and stuff going on here as well. Let's just quit. Play. Like that looks a bit more interesting. Like... Like, most of the time it puts you on just like a little island, which I get as a way of like starting you somewhere small, like something like that. It's quite cool. You can branch out into bigger things and so on. But I don't know. It feels like there's not much for me to want. It doesn't. There's no like, oh, I want to build up so I can go explore those ruins, or you know what I mean. Like the main hook of Minecraft is like, yeah, you can build anything and do whatever you want, but that hook is perpetuated by the fact that it's, first of all, a cool 3D game where you can create cool structures and things, which has never really worked that well in 2D. Even Terraria, like, the hook isn't really that great. It's okay-ish in a platform sense. You can make things look cool. Top-down game, I think much harder to make that hook work. The creativity and building and art and stuff. The survival is only interesting, I think, if it's combined with other things. Anyway, I could go on about this forever. I'm struggling to really make my point. So I'm just going to say, I like this, it's quite cool. I think it needs more of a hook. But it's really feature rich, and I really like all the UI and stuff you managed to get going. It's quite cool. Thank you for the game. They often aren't saved, but this one will be, I hope, Pinky. Quite a lot, small boss. Oh, small boss, looking for your avatar. You the guy who submitted the Tetris game? I could play that one next. That's why I need to... Huh. Published a few months ago, someone posted some updates for it. I want to work more on the game soon. Make it multiplayer. Multiplayer would make it there's a bit more of an interesting nuance of just working together to survive, but even then it's like, you survive and then what, you know? The problem with all these games is like, survival in and of itself isn't that interesting of a concept unless there's a reason to survive, or there's something to, you know, like even like a tower defense game or whatever, where you're living to see the next wave and to get further. There's like a progress, there's somewhere you're going, something you're doing. Just surviving in and on itself, it's not that interesting unless something that goes with it. I think this is all very subjective, personal take on these sorts of things, but like, unless I've got something I want to explore, or something I want to do, or, you know, or something I want to accomplish, if there's room for me to find my own goals in the game, that's fine too. But I was struggling to find that particular hook in that one game. Yeah, you are the guy who did... Cool, I'll do that one because I actually downloaded that one, because I think it was literally the first one I got, I think, was this Tetris boss one. Which I actually played once before. It's probably the only one I played off stream because it was the first one I got. So people just like survival, fair enough. And you know, no, Martin, you need a haircut. And Jacob, Raphael, Strider. We'll try and find that one. Hang on, Jacob. Yep, game submission day. Cool, I'll put that one up ready and we'll get that one next. Looks quite cool. Okay, so yeah, I already played this once, so it kind of remembers me, I think. Is there any way to make it forget me? Hang on. Because I think that the whole experience of it is covered a bit better if it forgets you, but it might be saving something somewhere. Hang on, let me just check. attempt things, man. Yeah, Tetris boss. Let's just delete you. I think that might reset what you got going on there. Yeah, okay. There we go. So yeah, we got like I've already played this, like I can already talk about it a little bit. Like we got like a Tetris game mixed with Flowey from Undertale. This is I guess the main way I could describe it. It's kind of interesting as far as like a simple Tetris thing goes. I find this kind of interesting. So in the cutscene you just said, forget about getting instructions or a tutorial, because this is Tetris, and it's like, and you get the idea, right? Which, first of all, I would contest. Not everybody knows what Tetris is and how to play it. Believe it or not, I know it is widespread and popular, and you can mostly lean on that and get away with it. But it's not a risk I would personally like to take. But it's your thing. You do whatever you want. But secondly, there's something later on that I want to call back to that with when we talk about this. I like this setup, by the way. Like it's very sort of. I mean, I don't think Tetris has a Undertale rather has a monopoly on that style of thing, or even was necessarily the first to do it. But it's very immersive and oh crap, I missed that thing. So yeah, there's a thing you can kind of do in this where you like block those hands. Oh gosh, oh yeah, I forgot about clicking on things. There we go. To swap my hands around from how I would normally play this. So I play a lot of Tetris, by the way. I love it. It's like one of my favorite games. But I play like the latest ones where you can do like hard drops and stuff. So this old school like no hard drops, no like T-spin stuff is quite hard. And also I'm doing it very wrong right now. Ah, right. And also I want to demonstrate the cool things. Very nice. So he's got like a health and you're trying to like beat him. So normally I'd be trying to get like, and I was trying to even do it at the start there, like I instinctively go to get, oh, let's block this. So that's cool, I like that. It took me a while to work out that that was a thing. I kind of discovered it by accident, but I like that actually. Which is a rare thing of being able to pull off a mechanic where like, the game doesn't tell you about it, but when you discover it, it just feels really good. It's an interesting consequence of the harder difficulties is that it's much harder to block those hands because it moves faster. Whereas normally I would prefer a Tetris game like this to move faster. And we killed it. Victory. So you defeated the boss box on level 1. So this is interesting to me. So this, starting from this very screen, which I also wouldn't recommend this kind of color of text against this kind of background aesthetically, but the main thing is for me is this screen represents a total change in tone suddenly of the game, like from that initial cutscene. And the same is true of this button here, main menu. Suddenly this feels much more like a regular video game than it did. Before, like, you had this aesthetic with the cutscene and everything, and the guy comes in and says, haha, there's no tutorial here, we're just gonna get in and it's gonna kill, and it's cool, and it makes the game feel alive, almost like it has, like, its own, like, will and consciousness, which is very Undertale and very, not common, but, like, it's a thing a few popular successful games have done recently, and it can be done to great effect. Problem is, this then has kind of kicked me out of it a little bit. The sort of regular numbers, that's how long you took, this was your stats kind of thing. It's brought me back and just said, hey, this is actually just kind of a regular video game again now. And like, especially when I come to here and I've got a new game and how to play down here, and it tells you like how to play. You got the tutorial and everything going on, which I don't even remember getting when I lost the first time I tried to play it, because I didn't even notice the timer. I was just casually playing some Tetris with it and I lost. But I think it just like came back and started again. It was like, ready to lose again? Of course you are. And it was cool. It took winning to get to this screen where you can then pick a level and so on. I mean, you got like a regular tutorial in here again, even though he was like, he seemed like to be the dominant boss of the game world, and I feel like that's some of that is lost now. When I get why, because it's like it's hard to get away from doing stuff that makes the game, building the game in a way that other people would make a game, you know, and just having these basic things in there, which I thought it was very bold of you to not do, and then I was kind of disappointed when I got to here and you had done it anyway, you know. What I think you could have done is you reduce a certain level of accessibility, but instead of you having this level stuff, like when you have the game be won, have him say something like, you'll struggle next time or something, and then just have the game shut down, and then have it like save into the background. Have it save that you've beaten level 1, and have him come back and said, so you beat level 1, I bet you can't beat level 2, and then just have it like play from there. I think that would be sick. And you would keep that theme that you've got going on with it, you know? And this is why I wanted to make sure I went back and deleted the save and showed everyone the cutscene and the intro to the game, because I think that's the most interesting thing about it. And yeah, exactly. It's literally until that it starts with that blue screen that comes up and says, congratulations, you've beat level 1. Go to the main menu, and then you reveal that there is a main menu, there is a how to play, there is all this regular stuff, this like title screen, select your level, and it becomes very normal at that point. And the thing that was interesting about it, and the hook that was having me play in the first place, is then kind of gone, which is a shame. So that's that. I think that's the most interesting. Like, I could talk about other things with it being like a Tetris game, and how, like, you know, there's a lot of like juice and stuff in Tetris games that make them really fun, and T-spins and things like that. And there's a lot of research I recommend doing into Tetris and stuff, and how it's developed over the years in order to make a thing that emulates all the best parts of Tetris, because otherwise it feels like a bit of a step back to play one that's so basic. But honestly, that stuff is less interesting for me to talk about than what I think you had going here that was quite cool. Hey Juju, I think I saw your name somewhere up there. Hey Juju. I kind of have a backpack on, so this is like a back support brace thing, because my posture is terrible, and it's been causing me, after 29 years of abuse, pain and issues in like my back and in my neck, and I think it's been causing me like little tension headaches, and it's not good. So I've worn this thing. It basically doesn't do anything. It basically is like wearing a backpack. It just slightly encourages my shoulders. It doesn't really even pull them. Like, I can still hunch over. It's just less comfortable now to be sat like this. So it just makes it more comfortable to sit up straight, which just encourages me to do that. Basically, it's not a thing. Let's close this down now. It was cool, by the way. Thank you for submitting that. Like, my girlfriend often, like, comes and corrects my posture for me when she sees me like hunched over, and just sort of grabs my shoulders and just goes, and just makes me sit up straight. So wearing this is like having someone just follow me around doing it constantly, which is really good. It does look weird, so sometimes I will sometimes just wear it under a t-shirt or something, but then like it gets really itchy. Wearing it on top then makes it really sweaty, and I get really warm wearing it. Especially because it's got like a belt thing as well. It's like around my waist and everything as well. So it's like kind of weird, but it is important, I think. Correcting my stupid. I went straight from level 1 to try level 5 small boss. I got bodied because old Tetris controls are actually like it's really hard because you can't like T-spin, and you can't like, you don't have the delay and stuff like that. Because I kind of I wanted to test the theory I had, which is that it might actually be easier if the blocks fall faster, because you just want to clear lines as fast as possible before the timer goes out. But anyway, it was cool. Thank you for that. Please play your game. Your email is gustavobasic@gmail.com. Right, I've got one in the queue already, but I will put this one in too. It's a bit of a wild west in terms of which games I'm playing and what order. It's mostly just when I finish, I grab some stuff from the chat and then put it in tabs. But they have to have already been submitted. I'm not taking anything that gets submitted during the show because we have too many to get through already. Project Bar. This is a lot of links, Lewis. I do not know which thing to download. There's a lot of games in there, mate, so you're going to have to tell me one game that you want me to play, and I'll play it. I'm not going to play all of them. But in the meantime, I'm going to get Unichrome from this dude. Oh, this is a commercial game. It's giving me a free key. Cool beans. If I don't notice your thing in the chat, by the way, it's just, as I say, it's a bit of a wild west, so you just have to wait until the next time I'm done playing a thing. Try not to spam them too much, but you gotta find your moment. Think of it like playing Tribal Tension. You gotta find the moment. Matt's game he's been mentioning since the start of the stream. Matt Ricardo, The Dog's Escape. I'll put that one up as well while this downloads. Matt preferred image. Oh no, The Dog Escaped. Okay. Put you up here. I'll get that one next, I think. But we've got this one. Unichrome is not commonly downloaded, may be dangerous. Let's keep it. Let's assume you aren't trying to break my computer. And run this boy. The trust I'm putting in you guys. The sheer trust. Wallpaper is No Man's Sky. I've got a lot of those. All my wallpapers are No Man's Sky, man. That's the wallpaper generator, that game. Alright, this is going to be interesting, so I need to, like... First of all, turn it down a little bit. Been live since about 2:30. Anyway. Ooh, this is cute. Unichrome, 1-bit unicorn adventure. Connect? I want to connect. No, I don't. Back up. Back up. Oh no, what have I done? Uh-oh. Let's ignore that. It didn't really crash, guys. I didn't really break it instantly, I promise. Give it a second. OBS, what are you doing? There we go. Not logged in, well, tough options. WASD, looks like the spacebar, even though it has no text on it. Alright, so those are like my options, right? So, okay. Oh gosh, okay. I did not select new game, but whatever. We in there. Ooh, right, look at these. Those are wild coins, my friend. Camera is also pretty wild. Do I have a shoot? Oh, oh gosh, okay. No, maybe I actually do like Z and X for this one. Is this going for like a one with like a very authentic, like no alpha allowed? And so there's a weird, I don't mean to just kick off with criticisms like right away or whatever, but like the particle effects to me stand out very much as not fitting the rest of the aesthetic. Like, because there's some obviously like stuff that you could just argue is plain not good, like the black backgrounds on these things, but I get that that's just maybe part of the aesthetic you were going for, which is fine if that aesthetic is consistent. But there are a few inconsistencies, and oh gosh, I like that effect. I like some of these, the enemy kill effects just look really cool. But there is, yeah, just a little bits of inconsistency going on here, and the amount of subpixels and stuff you've got going on. Which interestingly you don't even seem to have in the player, like he seems locked to the pixel grid pretty cleanly. There might even be a bug that those things look like that. Maybe they're meant to be shaded into not looking like that or something. But also you can see it in the spinning of these coins. And it's just mildly jarring. I quite like the explosion effects. And as I say, if it's consistent... Oh gosh, I would dig it. Do I drop on something that gave me that? That's quickly. Ah! Is that actually affecting... I just want to kill myself for a second. Is that... Okay, no, it just makes me restart. So I'm not sure what the hearts are about. Is that if you touch an enemy? Ding, 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 ding. That was cool. Oh right, yeah, checkpoint. For some reason I just looked at it as a spike on a weird wall. Alright, so if I touch one of these... Okay, okay, I'm with you. Oh gosh. I like it. I like it. Can those be shot? Don't know. Felt... I'm very glad there were no spikes there, because I felt very... missing the word, like, cautious about, for want of a better word, of jumping off the edge over there without being able to see what was below me. Something that just visually throws me, I think it's just because you've got spikes in the game as well. I know they don't really look like it, but just when the flag is at the bottom, there's just something visually that really throws me about those flags, and I have to look twice to really get what it is. Oh gosh, I ran off the edge. I'll play one more level. Am I supposed to be going left here? guess I am. Yeah, okay. Yeah. A little unintuitive after going right every level. He says. Okay, I'm glad I could at least sort of see where it could go because I could just see those spikes at the top. Weird bit of level design there. It's not immediately clear where to go, and like, even though I'd already done it, like just coming back to it still confused me a little. I love the little the sparks, the yellow sparks that like flash up for a second. They're super cool. The bullets just look really nice as well. Okay. Oh, is this like a... This is like a boss or something then. We'll do that. Why would I not just do this? What's it does? Actually die off after a certain range. I can't see the chat right now, by the way, just pointing out to people. I don't know if... It's always hard to realise that people aren't necessarily aware of that. Okay, it started doing something else. I guess I was damaging it. I will do this to your games, by the way, guys, as a fair warning. If I find a cheese strat, I'm gonna do it. No mercy. Those aren't necessarily like an indictment of anything either. God, pressing the button over and over is... Oh, where on the hand? I know you should... The wisdom is that you should always give players a reason to not press the shoot button, but I would generally hope we can come up with better ways of doing that than you have to press it all the time so much that it makes your hand hurt, and that's why you stop pressing it. I'm literally playing with one hand. Does he die? I don't even know. He changed to like a new phase, so I'm guessing I was damaging him. I guess I'm not hitting him that often like this. But I'm not sure okay. Gosh, that guy took a lot of hits. Oh, is this gonna... Artwork's really good. I wish it were more consistent, but it is still good. Oh god, no. Okay. I'm not starting it again. Cool, thank you for that. You cannot hold down the shoot button. So, gosh, that makes my hand hurt. Yeah, I think a lot of work to do there, but I think it's really... I really like the aesthetic. I think you need to nail the consistency of it. So I think those particle effects need to go, or they need to change to match the resolution of the game. I really love the big yellow sparks. I think they look cool. The boss just took way too many hits for something that has no feedback on how much life it has. Way too much. Like, crazy amounts. The level design overall is a mixed bag, I think. I think that's what needs a lot of work. I think it's just your sort of... A lot of your core ideas are really good. I think it's just about careful implementation, careful level design, careful boss design. Because there's nothing to that boss other than standing in the safe spot and just shooting him over and over, really. And he took way too many goddamn hits. And yeah, a lot of areas of the level design were just like, here's 3 bats, shoot them, which can be fine if the shooting is intrinsically super fun and so on, but yeah, but overall I really like the aesthetic of it. I think you just need to commit to it properly. Cool, I think that's all I really have to say about that one. That's cool, thank you very much. The only games I'm playing, Soul Pixel, are the ones that people have submitted to me over the last week. People are mentioning the links and stuff in chat just because, like, I'd rather play the games of the people who are here in chat who submitted them rather than just sort of playing them in a random order. Although this is making it impossible for me to tell how many of these I've actually played. So let's get Oh No, the Dog Escaped. Another single EXE. This is going to be what I think it is. Well, maybe not. Nah! Okay. I thought I got a pop-out window of the chat. Either way, I'm going to do it again. Alright, submit me a keeper. Oh, fair enough. You have to just... you need to tell me, like, either what your email address is or something, some way for me to find your email. If I search Soul Pixel, I'm not seeing anything, unfortunately. Or the name of the game if that's in your email. If you're looking for a Discord, I'd recommend the GameMaker Discord. As in the Reddit GameMaker Discord, it's really good. I like this menu. Control the player with cursor left and right and space to jump. Player can wall jump by holding jump and pushing away from walls. Some enemies can be killed by stomping on them. Open crates by hitting from below. Explore to find hidden areas of the level. Gosh, I like that's just, oh, I like that. Ooh, high score, Matt with 1,000. Play, norm, easy, hard, well, leave it on norm. It's got some weird inconsistent art in it, but I like it. There's a very clear difference, although one that is hard to sum up and describe, between a game that looks bad in the sense that bad art by a game developer who knows what they're doing, and bad art from a developer just because it's the best they could do. The weird inconsistency in the art feels a lot more intended in this one. Like, that's part of it. The weird floatiness to the controls. But it even has like a sliding animation, so that helps it make it feel a bit more intentional. It doesn't always kick in, but wish that kicked in more frequently. I like the clouds as well. They're pretty. Oh crap! Thought I got used to jumping on things then. Worried I've forgotten something from the controls now. Thing is, right, I jumped on him and he's got like little spikes on him, but like the crabs have like pointy hands, so what the hell? Gosh darn it. I love the transition effects and stuff you got. Okay. Oh Christ. It's very like slidey and also like 60 FPS and like everything's just moving like hella fast, which makes it very difficult. Makes it feel a bit janky and unresponsive, but part of the aesthetic honestly makes it feel like it's almost meant to be that way in a really weird way. Can I even jump up there? Like, jumping on a thing is exceptionally hard just because of how fast and slidey everything is. Right, I'm not gonna get up there, I think. I like that cloud. Oh no. Do I have to jump to that from there? Where? It's a very confusing level layout. I'm running low on lives. Oh, really? Mwah, mwah. Oh, jeez. New high score! I gained level 2. Yo. Oh right, you got touch controls and stuff as well. That's cute. I want to try that level again, because I just want to see if there's anything beyond that of any interest. If I just like speedrun this. Oh my days. You know, I mean, is it like the level design in this is a mixed bag in a similar way to the previous game. And it's because a lot of it feels like a bit slapped together, like design-wise. and that there's like sometimes huge stretches of space with nothing interesting going on in them. Like kind of a confused sense of direction, and is this like, how do I even, do I have to jump on a thing? Oh, he said you can wall jump, didn't he? Oh, I don't know how you do that. I swear something said I could wall jump. Let's just die. I want to check the health again. Holding jump and pushing away from wall. See, there's nowhere for me to learn or practice that in the game, or at least not before that point. Like, no controlled environment where I can even... I'm not... Well... Holding jump, pressing away from wall. Doesn't seem to want to do it. But I really want to get on this cloud. Oh right, no, he does that. Oh yeah, I got to here, didn't I? And then, you know, I don't know what to do there. Can't work it out. Oh, I don't have any way of like quitting. Do I just have to die? Like, I can't even close the game any other way, so... I still... these transitions and stuff are great. I like this menu a lot. Cool. So, that one opens really strong. I love the presentation of it. A lot of good work has gone into that. The game, more of a mixed bag. I can't work out the wall jumping. The instructions don't seem to really help, and there's no level design that helps me learn how to do it. It's really difficult, and the level design doesn't feel well considered. There's a lot of stuff that just feels kind of random. So I think that would be the main area I would work on if it wasn't my thing. But there's a lot I really like about it, so thank you for that. Next, oop. So no dogs escaped. We did Unichrome. Let me check the chat. See what we got. Submitting yours with that email address. Copy. Paste. Cool. It's one. Let's get a few on here. How about spikes? Hang on. Game submission. How about spikes? Oh, it's a Steam key. Fair enough. Copy. Add a game. Activate a product on Steam. What spikes for beta testing? 151 meg. Gosh. This does have to be a GameMaker game. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. 1.x. Cool. So while that's downloading, what else we got? Well, what is yours, Virtual Cake Gaming 3? Give me either the name of the game or something I can type into Gmail that will instantly find your entry. Toxic Sasquatch. Oh, it's another Steam one, okay. Games, recent, Slayers. Okay, that one's ready, so I'll play that one in a second. Sugar Overkill Arena we've got here. QB. No messages matched my search. Not finding QB. Yeah, no, I get that it's confusing. I understand why people they're just being like, "Hey, play my game," and putting a link to it. Although it does kind of say down there. But yes, I'm. The only reason I'm asking the chat is for them to tell me, because they all submitted via my email, so I'm just grabbing them from the. A lot of pixels. A lot of emails. I don't know the total number. At least 100. Like there's not thousands, but there's quite a lot. Okay, well, I've got a few now, so all right, I'll search for this one from Eric last here, but game submission thing is game draw links, right? So I've got 2 links up here and 2 things on Steam. So let's play one of the Steam ones. Let's play this How About Spikes game from SoulPixel. Let's get my chat back up. There we go. So as it's running, I'm not gonna lie, I don't see much evidence of that yet. We've got Steam achievements. It's running. Oh, okay. Suddenly full screen. Controller is recommended. In which case I'll get one. Normally I wouldn't, but hey, I wanna try and give these like the best look I can. So if the thing is gonna come up and just straight up say controller recommended, then if I can, I will do it. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm gonna have to take the back brace off soon. It's getting real itchy and sweaty. It's the only issue with it is I would love to be able to just wear it all the time, but it just gets uncomfortable eventually. What's plugged in here? What can I get rid of? I have abused my USB setup somewhat, so give me a second while I get down here. Now, traditionally what happens when I go behind my PC is I nudge my Ethernet cable ever so slightly and my whole internet goes down. Has that happened? Doesn't appear so. My back brace is getting itchy. It's helping me. I wear it to help my posture, and it's really good. I just wish I could wear it all the time. Okay. So we have controller. Do I need to restart this now? Oh, no. Okay, cool. Is the frame rate okay? I think that's just the animations. Okay, so first thing, and this is a common thing with loads of people's games, especially people doing pixel art games, graphical inconsistency. So look at this menu and the fonts and stuff compared with your artwork. Especially the fact that you've got a pixel art arrow pointing towards HD, very, very HD text. It just doesn't look good. Is the main problem what you get with that kind of inconsistency. The art individually, choice is fine, it's just together those things don't work well. You're Marcus, a wizard who turned 18 on this day. Normally you would have your magical powers by now, but someone stole your power, stored in a small glass. You begin your journey by discovering Garden Valley and finding the one who stole your power. Is there meant to be a comma there? That's interesting, showing me a presumably important part of the UI and having that zoom out into the top left. Very clear focus on that. Marcus, there you are. Someone locked us out of the village. Whoever did this probably does not want you around him. Well, we have to find a key. If we want to know who it was, bring me one and I can open the door. I don't know why I've given him that voice, but that's his voice now. Find a key. This reminds me, and it just makes me think of Hocus Pocus, which is a great platform game. I tell a lie, it's not that great, but it's really old and therefore it gets away with a lot. Okay. Let's just tell me how to jump. Do I need to like... Oh, is that intended? I can kind of like jump up walls like that? Unsure of that. Well, it's the only way I can work out of going over there, so I'm going to assume it is for now. Or out of, say, that hole if I were to fall in. Oh, I've got double jump, that's all it is. Okay. So, there's a problem, right off the bat. It's not really clear that I have a double jump. And I even thought I was just glitching up the wall, but I just... K or R. Okay, that's some sort of thing. Alright, break solid boxes, cool. Smash, smash, smash. Whoop! Ah. Oh, right, I could have double jumped across, of course. Already forgotten. Me. Alright, so I'm like holding jump. That's an interesting choice for climbing ladder. So have I activated? I'm going to assume I've activated that checkpoint. I can't remember if it had those lights coming out of it before I got there. It's interesting. Surprised they don't just fall all the way when you touch them. A little unsure about where I'm supposed to be going because I feel like there's a couple of directions I could have gone. I'm not sure if I've missed something now. Opens that. That's got a thingy in it. Guess that's important. Can't quite just. You have to be careful with jumps like this that you either like I'm not sure if you could make that just by being like pixel perfect. But that's a problem that I'm not sure if I can make that or not, right? Because it's right on the edge of possibility, which is a space you kind of want to avoid unless you know what you're doing. Also, what's with this ladder? Also, can I actually get out of here? Do I have to use that ladder? Okay, so I can like double jump off that. Can I like... Oh, I can falling double jump. I don't know if that's just a jump buffer or if that's just a legit falling double jump. I'm guessing it's the former... yeah, it's just a full-on falling double jump. Okay. Oh, I just ran over some spikes. I didn't notice. J or L? Oh, okay. That lets me do a thing. Could I do that the whole time? Why are you telling me this here, though? What can I do with that? Also, am I stuck in this water forever now? I feel like I might be stuck in this water forever now. Oh! Something about that did something. Oh! Oh! I had to hold that down and work that out, but alright. Okay. It's not a lot of great visual feedback on how this, like that. Right, so jump, and then I've got like, I should have one double jump left. No, you're right, I don't seem to have any jumps left after I trigger that. Okay. So my main thing is like throw out the wall when I reach peak height, right? Doesn't seem to be in slow-mo. Seems to be running okay. Oh, unless you were talking about earlier when the thing came up. Oh hey, an enemy. Is this now just teaching me to double jump? Or is that trying to demonstrate the falling double jump, right? I'm guessing is the intent. Also, wow, that shooty thing is way better than the... Why would I ever press this? I've got this thing. No idea if I'm going the right way. I don't know, I feel like this is probably the only way I'm not sure if this was the only way I could have gone. Oh, gosh, well that's very Dark Souls. You just died. Checkpoint, let's see, can I go this way? No, I can't seem to get out of there. Can't quite get up that way either. That's quite a long way back from where I was. I kind of want to see if I can get to this key or whatever before we move on. No, I've kind of worked out the movement a bit more. Oh. It's kind of like a two-hit KO thing, right? If I don't have like a significant amount of life, like if it is just like you get hit once and then get hit twice, I think I would rather see two hearts than a heart that's like halved like that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so that's cool, because that's opened that up, so if I die now I have a quicker route there. Also very Dark Soulsy. In fact, that bit reminds me very much of like that, of a very specific campfire in Dark Souls. I get the suspicion that might have been inspired by that. I like that bird, that was quite cute. It's weird how that just like keeps damaging them like over time. How do I get you? Oh, I've got you. Okay, that was not immediately clear. I suppose a sound effect or some visuals or something would have helped that. Oh, you were sneaky, disguised in the grass. Oh gosh, I nearly walked on the spikes. The spikes, not super obvious. The blood does help. Okay, and then that brings me to a new place. Let's talk to this person. Oh gosh. Interesting. Okay, like D-pad to do that stuff. I don't have enough heart things to buy any of those. What do you have to say? Interesting. Alright. I think I get the idea. I think I'm going to move on. Back to our screen. So, I already pointed out the kind of graphical thing you've got going on with the main screen. Something I think is a common mistake with a platformer like this, as kind of a real-time action platformer, is the thin stick character design, like that. Like, proportionally makes sense with a human to kind of look, you know, like a thin rectangle, but games that doesn't work so well. So you notice a lot of like good platformers like have characters that are a little bit fatter, you know, like little shorter fat rectangles rather than tall skinny ones, because they don't work well for tall skinny ones. Don't work super well for big jump arcs and getting under small gaps and things like that. You find it's a lot easier to create clarity and nice feeling movements and situations with wording this really badly, but just a lot of things feel better, I think, if you have a short fat character. If you can do platformers and things with these kind of styles of character, but they tend to be less focused on movement and tricky jumps and precision, you know, because it's harder to be clear about where you're moving when and what gaps you can fit into and that sort of thing. I think little things like just sort of the jump arc is really floaty, not floaty, that's the wrong word. It's like the opposite of that. It's like really heavy, which I think would be fine with a different shape of character. Like if he was like half the height, I'd be feeling this gravity arc a bit better. But I think you need a lot more visual feedback on stuff. So I think like when you pick up the keys and little effects, and you pick up the key, things to not just disappear when they die, or when they're being hit, like they're just like instant warps on like these health bars and things like that. Jumping animation, landing animation, that kind of thing. I would pour a lot of time into the feel of these kinds of things. I think would be a really good thing to do. But I think you're off to a really good start. I think there's a lot of, I really like the atmosphere of it generally. It's kind of lighting is cute. Again, be careful about your resolution. Like this lighting here is a way lower resolution than the sprites and things are. Your heart and UI up here is lower res than the sprites are. You want to, if you're doing pixel art, try your best to keep things consistent. It's not always possible. In some games you can get away with it, in some games you have to be inconsistent with certain things. But I think you could very easily make this consistent and make it a much cleaner pixel art aesthetic, if that's the route you want to go down. Anywho, yeah, I don't think I have anything else to really say about that. So it's cool. Thank you very much. Your channel at 100% CPU. I go in there. Wow, thank you, Gaming Zone, for the 20. I can't tell what currency that is, but thank you. The symbol is weird. I don't know if that's meant to say dollars or what that's meant to say, but you've sent me 20 of something of a currency, so that's very cool. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Thank you for submitting that game as well, Soul Pixels. Cool. What we got up next? I had another one on Steam, so let's get that out of the way before I forget about it. That's Ether Drift. Indian rupees, fair enough. Thank you very much for them. I am not well culturally endowed knowledge-wise. I do not have a lot of great cultural knowledge, so I will just not recognize currency symbols and things. I'm bad at that kind of thing. I apologize, but thank you for the donations. Very cool. 21 pence, sweet. I'll take it. I'll take whatever it is. I'd take it if it was 1 pence, man. I think the character can be as Anyway. So let's look at this thing. So again, right off the bat, I probably generally I prefer, I suppose I should play the thing a bit before getting into any actual criticism, but just again off the bat, just because I think it's going to be a common theme throughout these projects, and it's something I really want to drive home and get more developers to be thinking about, is consistency in your aesthetic. So like, we've got a very crisp pixel art thing going on up here, the P1, P2, P3, P4, press start to join and that kind of thing. This is way less crisp, and it's almost got like, it's kind of blurred. And then this is like super HD, and then you've got kind of like a really crisp but really high resolution like cursor, but like a really aliased cursor. It's got that kind of FTL aesthetic to it. So there's like 3 different looks going on here, which makes it a bit weird. I like the background, I like the title a lot though. Tutorial. Move WASD, look, attack. So my first thought here already is drop the pixel art, because it's like it seems to just be like your UI and stuff. You got this cool character, you got this cool like it's like not HD but like well yeah it's aliased HD, right? I don't know what these X's are. They look like buttons, but I'm not sure what they are. Oh, okay. Not super clear, because I don't get what the X was, unless it was like on the controller X. No, okay, whatever. It's like a block? That's kind of neato. Like a cooldown or something, but not sure. Dash, space, lunge, shift. Okay. Not sure what the difference is. Hold dash slash lunge for drift. Oh right, that's what it was. That's a really cool feel-good moment. I like that. Charge up an attack. Now it's all blue. Does it just stay blue? Yeah. Charge and strike. There's a lot of words here, like charge, dash, lunge, strike. They're all a bit similar word-wise. Guessing this is just like to teach you about hitting things, right? Will that just sort of last a certain length of time? It does, okay, eventually just goes away. Yeah, I'm finding it hard to visually distinguish these different attacks and things. I would think so, because I wouldn't be playing it otherwise. Someone mentioned it before. I'm not sure how to get this open though. Got some of these down here which will tell me what I'm doing a bit more. And then using the shield thing cancels that out. Do I have to like get all these at once or something? Charge. Oh, I did something there. Charge. Oh, charge and strike, which is lunge and attack, which is shift. Oh gosh. Okay, which then leaves behind a thing. Oh, and that's opened the door, because presumably I've learned to do the thing, right? What is the difference between that and that? That's like I dash. That's like I lunge. What's the difference? I don't understand what the difference is. They do the same thing. Oh, I get like a warning when they're both out. But only one of them. Oh, I'm not going to remember any of this. Lunge is longer range. Is it? I'm going to stand here. But you can just hold them down. They're both infinite range. Right, that does that. No, they're like the same. Alright, yeah, it does do it. It does do it in direction of cursor, and that one does do it in direction of movement. That's just a method of control. Like, there's no mechanical difference, as far as I can tell. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a reason. Interesting. Does that run out on the shield? No, you can just do that whenever. Cool. I like the setup of the tutorial of like just like you have to do the thing before you can move on. This reflector's quite neat. Nice effects on the. I like all the general effects when things explode. It's quite cool. Oh gosh. Someone found a shader they liked. I can just walk into the wall. Certain wall. Good timing. Oh, okay. That felt like terrible timing to me, but I'll take it. I don't. Oh right, that like does a thing and then. Oh well, I died, but I got the thing. Okay, so it's not true of every attack. So I don't. Okay, but then it like damages you if you get hit by that when it explodes. Okay. Lunge attack. Oh right, so like yeah, you get a different. I feel like the actual I really struggling to get behind having these be two different things and two different buttons. Because it's just so functionally similar that it's a bit mad. Also, this is like a kind of a mad thing. Like, would have no reason to just be in this all the time or whatever. Cool artwork. New engine. Gosh. So arcade mode. Is that a thing? Yeah. Sure. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff going on. I barely really know how to play this person really, so let's go with them. So what am I actually trying to do? Tutorials told me how to like move and fight and stuff. I don't necessarily know why or how the progression of this works. I'm guessing I just fight stuff off while looking at what's going on here. Is that like level 2 as in like level of the game or level of the character? Getting the feeling it might be the latter. Alright, I guess I just don't need that. Woo! Woo! Does that like... doesn't seem to drain anything? Look, I've entered the ether. Oh, right, that's interesting. Ah! Well, try one more time. Is that just a thing that happens if you're in the ether for too long? Maybe it is. I like sliding around. Guessing the warning thing is just telling me that. Yep. What am I trying to do here? Just like survive? Oop. A little Mario Kart item. Oh, Sentinel Rift has spawned on the North Central Channel. Gosh. What's going on? I don't understand. Some things I can hit in the rift, some things I can't. I figured the grey things were all rift things, but then not. I'm not like really even using any of these other mechanics. Mega Drifter has entered the arena. Guessing I can't just... oh! Question mark. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Cool. So I basically have no idea what I'm doing in this game. There's a lot going on in it. A lot to be impressed by. I found it really unclear though. I don't get why I have these two different dash options, or why I should use one over the other. I get that they have like slightly different attacks that come off them and stuff, but why aren't they just different mouse buttons attached to the dashing or something like that, you know? Or different inputs performed when you dash? I'm just calling it dash because I can't, like, you've got a lot of synonymous words like dart, charge, dash, and lunge that all more or less mean the same thing. Even drift, like all these stuff that just means like a whooshing, like stuff that are all represent actually different mechanics, and it's really messes with your head. And I just didn't really get what I was meant to be doing or what the game wanted from me. It taught me about parries, and I always love parrying things, but I mean, I didn't see where I was meant to be doing that and when, or like the tutorial made it seem like it was going to be a series of levels I progressed through, but then the game seems to be more like these like arena-based things. I don't get what the arena, like the ether shifting thing is trying to do, because I don't get what enemies. At first it looked like anything that's black and white interacts only with the ether, but it doesn't. It's about surviving, trying to live for as long as possible. Yeah, I get. Yeah, I got that. It seemed to scale up a bit slowly at the start, but then I just. Yeah, I found it unclear. I just wasn't really sure what it wanted from me in terms of like, was I doing well? Was I doing badly? What? I don't know. So a lot of stuff is just a bit unclear in it. Aesthetically, I like it. As I say, I would probably ditch the pixel art elements. I think they're kind of wasted on it. They're just unnecessary. I think you can just go full like HD with this. I think it'll all look better and more coherent as a result. I think a lot of this tutorial is good. Right, this is all clear. Like, move around, look, attack, and I'm with you at this point. These confuse me a little bit because they have like an X on them. It implies that I need to press X or something, like it's like a button. But it doesn't take too long to work out. Oh, you just hit them, right? Because there's nothing else you can do. You experiment, you work it out, and that's fine. That's not a big deal. And then also from that point, you learn that anything with an X on it, in theory, can be hit like that. Although not everything that can be hit seems to have that X, so I'm not sure. I almost wish like some of these abilities like unlocked as you went through the tutorial. So like being able to do this immediately makes me think, oh, what's this about? I still don't know what the green circle is about, because you seem to be able to block whenever. I don't know if it's related to parries or something. But it made me think like, oh, what's all that about? I guess it is, because there's like that green thing that appears at the start. I guess it's to do with parry, but I have no idea, and I almost wish it was locked until I was taught about that. And yeah, I really don't get along well with this like dash and lunge. I was like, okay, so what's dash? And I'm like, okay, so what's lunge? I'm like, that's the same. Like, I don't. What are they? What's the difference? And I know there must be a difference, but trying to remember which one of those to do, especially when they have such similar names, is like, oh, and why they're different is really hard to like intuit well. This is really cool. That's a really good moment in the game that teaches you a thing really smartly. That's super good. This, I'm guessing it was like I had to do the strike bomb or something before this door opened, but I wasn't sure because I was like, well, I can't break all these things at once. It's like, do I need to break them all at once? And so you've got charge, which is, I know, is a thing for charging your attack, but also is very similarly named to dash and lunge, and so is strike. And when I'm trying to work out, like, so charge is the charging the thing, and strike, oh, is strike just attack? No, strike is this other thing that's lunging and attacking. And which one was lunge? Was lunge shift or control? I don't know, because those instructions were way back there. Oh no, okay, they are down here as well, dash and lunge up there, but they're down here again. It's, you got 5 things at once, and I don't even know which one I need to know immediately. Like what it wants me to do here, what I need to know for later, what these things do. It's just a bit too much at once here. And I think the similar naming of everything is a big problem. Reflecting is cool, I get that. That's really clear. Projectiles can be reflected. That seems really consistent. Parry, it's hard to know what things can be parried and when, but that's whatever. It's a pretty small thing. Yeah, there's just a lot of little clarity issues, and then because of that, it makes me hard to know. It's hard for me to then judge the game in and of itself, because I feel like I don't know if I'm really even playing it right. Yeah, you know. But nonetheless, anyway, I've talked a lot about, like, I was only talking a lot because I felt it was hard for me to get across what I meant with some of the issues I have with it. It's not to mean by any sense that it's like really bad or anything like that. It's just there was a lot to get my head around of explaining what my issue was with it. But it was cool. Thank you for that. Right, more games. We got Consumer by Eric Liu. Let's play this thing. Download. 427 megabytes. This does not look like a game that should be 427 megabytes. Like, this game better have the most epic soundtrack or something in the universe. Why is it 400 meg? Yeah, definitely have an XY location for both. Track. Keep track of... Oh, you're talking stars. You submitted under EB Games. Let's see if I can find yours. While this giant game is downloading. Okay, so I'm gonna do maybe... well, I'll try and do all the ones I've got on my list now. I said I was gonna go till 5:30 today, but... I'll see if I can just do these ones. Need permission to access it. You need to put it in a public folder. I will hit request access. You'll have to grant me that access, and then maybe we'll play it on the next stream. But the problem, I'm just going to have to be ruthless about those kinds of things, unfortunately. If I can't just play it immediately, I'm going to move on. There will be more of these streams, because we've got loads of games to get through. My hair's looking a bit better, I don't know why. I didn't do it, just maybe I woke up better or something. G1 FX, I recall that from something. Why, this is like a pixel art, not a pixel art, a particle editor, isn't it? Why is that included in this? Isn't that like a commercial thing as well? I don't think you should include that in your game. Hey Lulu. What are you doing? You right? Oh, is it your... It is your food time, actually. We're going to play this game and then I'll get you fed. Is that right? What do you reckon? Yeah? Yeah? Alright. You just chill here for a minute. Do more of this stuff is really good. I'm glad you're all enjoying it. Oh, you know what? I feel bad for the cat. I am going to go feed the cat. I'm gonna play an advert. I've never done that. How do I do that? I know this is like a button I can press somewhere, right? Info and settings, monetization. Oh, it's already set to monetize that. So I can usually on the live streaming you can usually like hit a button to play an ad, right? But I don't see one on this. Going away. I'm gonna make you guys make me money, right? Ads insertion. Oh no, do you have to like add them afterwards? Maybe you can't do them live in the event thing. Maybe that's just not a thing. Oh, add insertion, insert. Add insertion was successful. Well, I don't know if that's doing anything or what. Not a clue, my friends, not a clue. Oh, I'm going to click it again, and anyway, I'm going to go feed the cat. I will be right back. It's hard to like lean down in this thing to feed the cat, so I had to like squat down, which I guess is probably also for the best, right? But it's just kind of weird. Where are we at? Where's the Unity ad? Maybe I didn't play. I don't know. I don't know how Unity works. I just hit a button. What's slates insertion? I don't know what those are. Super chat, open in a new window. Okay, that didn't actually have it. Alright, it's just the menu, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, it's not a backpack. I knew people. I knew right away as well when I was gonna wear this on stream. People were gonna be like, "Is he wearing a backpack?" I knew that's exactly what people would say. It's not. It's to. I've explained it a lot, but I realise people come in and out. Pulling my t-shirt through it as well. It basically is like a backpack. It's just like the straps of a backpack, and it also like goes around my waist, and it's got like a thing on the back, so it's like that, and it like just kind of pulls my shoulders into alignment a little bit. Just helps me like sit up straight, because I have terrible gremlin posture, and it's starting to do my back and my neck in, so I need to fix it. And this is a good way to encourage me to sit properly. Anyway, I think we've got this massive game now, so let's get this into here. I don't go including Geon FX inside your game. Not sure why you did anyway, because I think that's someone else's work, and I'm pretty sure it's commercial. Okay. That's probably just the default GMST stuff. $400 megabytes, man. Can't get over that. It's even bit. There's 500 unzipped. What is in this? And is it gonna run? We running? We not running? What's the crack? It's working on it. Doesn't help that OBS is in. Why is the thing there's 3? Okay, don't know what that's about. Google Chrome 18, come on, I have 4 tabs open. Google Chrome, why are you such a bloated monster? I do not have that many Chrome extensions. I just don't think so. Is this thing going to start up anytime this year? I know the other one took a while though, so I will give it a minute. What is all this Discord stuff you guys are on about? There's just been constantly a chat. People will just be like, "Add me on Discord." Like, what's the crack? That's for both of your emails. I don't think I'm gonna get round to it, unfortunately. We do receive games, but we'll see. I'll try and run this again. Oh, well, I hope this wasn't it running the first time. So only the mechanic demo, not the final game. All art and music are temporary. Noted. You cannot outrage. I had a call for submissions going for about a week, and I've got lots of them to get through, so I can't take any new ones. Unfortunately. This is the only mechanic demo, not the final game. All art, music temporary. Start game. Begin tutorial. Yes. Movement W. Space super. Just W. Space super. Body count. Hold speed to boost. Body count. Body control. Hold speed to boost. Zip. Hold enemy. D. Alright. Oh, okay. I'm with you on the movement. I'm like shooting out the side. Gosh. Feels a bit like playing the first level of Spore. So I guess we eat some things. Do some snaking. Oh. You a thing I can eat? Unsure. I'm just... Oh, no. That's kind of cool, but I don't know how it works. Can I eat this? No, it just slows me down. Oh. I died. I heard like a heartbeat thing going then. I need to turn this up? Yeah, we got music, okay. Let me turn it up a bit on here. I'm not sure the crack. I just like run into them, they go away, but then I run into this one and he like explodes and it damages me. And I'm like, I'm confused. Do I need to like aim sideways at these things? Is that the crack? Do I need to like, oh yeah, okay. Gosh, that's an interesting control scheme for doing that. But it's like, can I just run into them? No, I wasn't gonna get away with that. Because this one's like, don't shoot at you. So I guess I can just eat you. And like, shooting them doesn't even do anything. That's a really big conflict of... Because then this one's like suddenly got a health bar. And it's like, well, now I know I can differentiate between ones I'm supposed to just run into. There's a lot of them in here, man. Can I just... Ah! I can't... It's... Occasionally the movement seems to break as well. Why is this game 500 meg? What's in it? Is this soundtrack actually like 24 hours long or something? Can I eat these? Like, oh, I can. No, you eat them and you get health back. Fuck it then. I like the idea that I had to avoid things, although it was stupidly hard. Oh, and there's open now? Okay. I don't know which ones are gonna do that and which ones won't. I'm just gonna do this and hope that my bullets are... No, I think I'm screwed. Lots of bugs and hey! I think I'm gonna leave it there. Or I would like to, I don't actually know how to quit. I'm gonna press Alt F4. Nothing else seems to work. So I really like the moving around. It bugs out a lot, but I like the theory of it. Moving the mouse and just moving the thing. I mean, you could also just, you don't need to do that with a mouse. You can also do that with a million other different control schemes, and it would work just like moving a worm around the screen. It's a nice way to do it analogy without having to use a joystick or whatever, though, because it would work for either one. Kind of glitchy, but what can you do other than just get better at code over time? There's the big problem here is conveyance. So what it is constructed in a way that the level design actively works against you in terms of teaching you how the game works. So at first it's like, oh, eat these things and your body gets a bit longer, and when you're starting to shoot things, and then it just presents you with these enemies, these big spiders with no health bars or anything, that just look at you, and I'm like, okay, so I could run into the previous things, but these are a completely different looking thing, so maybe I can't run into them, maybe I need to shoot them. So I turn sideways to shoot them, nothing happens. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can just run into them. I eat them, turns out they're the same as the previous thing. The same with the pellet, I can eat them and I gain body and that kind of thing. Well, I was able to eat them even when I never even pressed D again, like the thing that opened my mouth. Never even bothered, because I couldn't work out what it did. So then I ate them, and that was fine. And then I ran into a different spider that's got a health bar all of a sudden. And I'm like, oh, what's that about? I ran into him, he explodes and damages me, which is completely contradictory to everything else I've run into the game that looks exactly the same. The only thing this one had any different is he had a health bar for some reason. So, and then I run into these ones that all have health bars and are shooting at me, and then I'm like, okay, well, the other one that had a health bar, like, he exploded when I ran into him, so I don't want to run into these, so I want to, like, aim the shooting gun at them. Discover that's almost impossibly hard. On a random whim, try running into one. Oh, I can run into these ones and don't take any damage, so how am I supposed to differentiate between the ones I can run into that explode and the ones that I can run into that just feed me? So I just don't have any idea what's going on. Like, there are clearly rules at work here. It's like, you can run into these ones, yeah, there's clearly thought gone into it, and I'm sure it makes sense, but it's not conveyed. It's not conveyed through the level design, it's not conveyed through the help menus. It's too unclear. It's you can't work out what you're meant to do and how to play it. It's a very common problem. It's like very common thing to stumble across, because nothing teaches you it other than to make games, put them in front of people, realize that your conveyance kind of sucks, and then go back and try and make it better. It's the only way you learn. There's no other way to pick up those kind of skills other than to just make stuff and fail at it, basically. But there's a lot I like. I like the maid bug. I think he looks cool. I like the way his bodybuilder. I think it's cool. I like the idea of him shooting out of his sides and like having to angle yourself in ways that you depend on that more as a way of shooting things. It's difficult because of how like big you are and the kind of glitchy controls and like collision physics sometimes. I think that needs to be super smooth and like crispy and good feeling for it to really work. But I really like the concept, and yeah, I think it's cool. As I say, work on conveyance. With a lot of these games as well, something I would suggest is not spending your whole life like tuning them, despite all this advice I'm giving. I'm just like, oh, you could go and you could change this, and maybe try this and this and the other. Finish things and move on to the next thing. Is always the good strat. Learn from the mistakes and apply those lessons to the next thing you make, rather than necessarily go back, tweak, and try and perfect things. Anywho, I'm going to play one more, I think, today. Humor Your Game in its Room Dawn, Journey of the Fireflies. Unfortunately, I can't. I know you really want me to play that one. And you just got in and everything, but I kind of want to finish the stream off. We'll see how much time I've got left after I do this next one. But I kind of want to finish up, and I did already say I would play this thing, which is Sugar Overkill Arena. I will get through everyone's eventually, one stream at a time. People just submitted GameMaker games, All-Star Gaming, over the course of like a week, and I've got like 100 of them, maybe 200, I'm not sure, I haven't actually counted a lot of them, and we're steadily getting through them. We're kind of, the order we're going in is, if people are in the chat and their games are ready, then I'll just play them. In that order, because I always prefer it if the developer is there and they can watch me play it live. That's obviously cool for them. So if the developer is never in the chat, then eventually we'll get through everyone who's been able to make it live and able to watch, and then we'll just play the ones with or without people there to watch them. So what's this one? Anyway. Were there any? Oh, I said I wasn't going to read any instructions, didn't I? You can move with your arrow keys. I can also move with WSAD, it seems, or with D. Only with D. Oh gosh, not so well reading it. For the G key, let's try and not press the G key then. That appears to break something. Let's go with the arrow keys again. That's a cool effect. Use space to jump. You can double jump as well, mate. Oh, okay, let's put the mouse down then. A to auto fire. Interesting. I'm not sure you need that. Hey Lulu. I know, Emma's back. I heard. You've had your food. You're not getting any more. You can whinge all you want. I like the artwork here. One criticism immediately of the artwork though is the same criticism given to everyone who's made this mistake. And just take a look at the gun that you're holding. It's not consistent with the resolution of everything else. The text is also inconsistent. I'm willing to give that a bit more of a pass because it's just at least a very clear step down, and otherwise is... I don't think I can really give it a pass, but it somehow looks a bit more coherent, but it's still a problem, like it doesn't match the resolution of everything else. But the gun really stands out as not hitting the same resolution as other things, and you can see it in this thing as well. Like you've got these bigger pixels, like the ground has bigger pixels than the things in the background, and especially like this big art, that huge eye in the background, those pixels are huge. Why are those pixels huge compared to like the eyes in the foreground? I give you some slack on like the subpixels for the rotated bullets, because I think that's, you know, a nice compromise just to get a cool looking effect, and the bullets do look really cool. I like that like big effect coming into a small thing. That looks awesome. And they even like sit behind that fountain as well. It's kind of neat. Up and down to point your gun. Nice little recoil on there as well. However, you shoot at your feet. So yeah, even these enemies have a totally different resolution, and those explosion effects on it. And the thing is, this is a shame because the art itself is really good. but you've changed style with like everything you've drawn. Like the player has no outline, but the enemies do, but not every enemy does. Ooh. I feel like someone has watched JW's Screen Shake talk as well. There's a lot of stuff in here that's like very clearly directly from that. Like the explosions when enemies die. And just like the lingering bullets and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a big shame about it because you've done so you've done a lot of stuff that's like I say, each piece of artwork is individually very good, and there's lots of really cool effects and things going on. But it's such a mishmash of styles. That's the problem with it. That it just looks really like incoherent. Yeah, it's very super crate boxy, isn't it? So the other thing, so that's graphics to one side. Like, yeah, these spikes at the bottom as well, just totally different to the enemies. I really think sometimes it's nice not to be consistent all the time. It's okay actually to have some inconsistencies, go from your game mechanics and try not. Yeah, there's lots of different good reasons to have inconsistent artwork. I just don't think any of those are at play here. And I don't think any of them have really been at play in any of the games we've been talking about, other than one, the one with the there was the I Let the Dog Out game or whatever it's called, which had this like very like upscale dog as its thing, but it made it really clear part of its aesthetic and it worked. But I really don't think it works here. It's all subjective because loads of people in the chat are just saying they really like the way it looks. But for me, aesthetically, it just looks a mess, I think. Like, as I say, every individual piece of artwork is great. Like I look at these animations, really cool. I look at the art with the enemies, look really cool. The spikes look really cool. The player looks really cool. Everything looks individually really cool, but nothing matches anything else. Nothing has a similar look to it. Some things have outlines, some things don't. Some things are smaller resolution wise than other things, and it's just, it hurts my eyes to look at. But I've talked about that long enough. The other thing I wanted to point out with this, and I do focus on negatives here because I think they're more interesting, and I think it helps us make better games. That's the only reason I focus on negatives when there's plenty of really good things to say about this. But the other thing I would say is like how slow everything is feeling for like an action game about like shooting massive bullets and cool things at stuff. I think this game should be way faster. I think maybe you should shoot your bullets should be faster. Everything should move a bit quicker. It's just all a bit like slow. Everything animates kind of slowly. And like, I can see the frame rate isn't the issue or anything. It's not like, because everything's like animating properly and everything, and it's all like movement is all smooth. Only set to 60 FPS. It's just everything is just using really low speeds. For me, having an outline and not having one doesn't bother me when I get worried. But there's loads of issues with that. That's the problem. Is like, you can have stuff like that. So here's an inconsistency that works. I'm not even just like talking about the specific game, but just like, I've got auto fire on. So like, it doesn't matter so much that the terrain and the background, for example, doesn't match up to, say, that sprite in the top left with the outline around it. That's fine, because that even helps clarify that this is a game element, this is a background element, look, they're different. And that's okay. What doesn't look okay is the fact that it's a different resolution. Completely different pixel resolution to the background, because it looks like it just doesn't belong in the same universe. It looks like one is further forward than the other. It creates a weird sense of perspective. And it doesn't look good. And having two different enemies that both react to bullets in the same way, both react to the player in the same way. Also, one have like a clear black outline and the other one not. Really creates a confusing message. So, those are the two main criticisms I have about the game. I think it feels really slow, and I think there's just a huge host of issues with like graphical consistency in that. It's just not a coherent aesthetic at all, and I don't think the ways it's incoherent work. But nonetheless, it's really cool. You've done a lot of really cool things, a lot of really cool game feel and stuff going on in it. A lot of cool simple lessons that you've learned from other games. You've put the time in to try and make it feel good, and that's good. There's just still got a ways to go, you know? Right, it is 5:30. I think I am going to leave it there, unfortunately. I know I've got loads more to get through. I don't know how many I even got through today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 on Steam, 9, 10, 11. Like 11 games out of like 100, so like 10 more streams. I don't know. I'll probably pick up the pace in the next few streams and we'll play them for maybe less time or something. But this was very experimental, as I say. I just wanted to work out roughly how long it would take me to play games like this, and talk about them, and what people find interesting, how people would prefer me to do the streams, how quickly we want to get through this kind of thing. So it's been an interesting little experiment in that regard, and also how to choose them. I might next time, instead of doing it this way where like we just get people to randomly be like, hey, play mine, and so on, I might grab a few of those at the start next time. We'll grab like 10 at the very start of the stream or something like that, and then we'll just burn through them. So instead of like, and that might, if we consolidate all that time into just being like the first few people who get there get to determine the queue kind of thing, and then we just commit to that from that point onwards, we might get through a lot more of them a lot quicker. Yeah, I might put a time limit to each game as well. We'll see how that goes. When will the next stream be? I really wanted to get a video done this week, and just feeling like it's not going to happen, so I might just do one tomorrow. Might just do another one tomorrow. I won't do it via the event system like this, where I sort of announced it was happening. I might just announce it on like Twitter. I might announce it on the YouTube community thing, but I don't like the. It doesn't work with my overlay, and there's various other problems doing this event system. So I think I'll just use the stream now thing that I usually use. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a proper video done this week, so I think we might just do some more streams. So I might do another one tomorrow, might do one on Friday as well. We'll see how it goes. I will announce it on the Twitters and on the YouTubes and on the Patreons as well. So I think that's it. I think we're going to leave it there today. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you everyone who submitted a game as well. It has been fun playing them, and will continue to be fun playing them, I'm sure. A lot of really decent quality bar with these ones as well. I was kind of expecting to, I'm sure there's plenty of lots in there, and we'll get to them, and it'll be interesting to see what people have done as well, but I was half expecting just to see a lot of people, like, just variations on my platformer tutorial and stuff like that, which I am very interested to see as well. I'm interested to see where people have taken that series and what they've done with it. But we've actually seen a really wide variety of stuff in various different stages of completion, various different skill levels and that kind of thing. It's been super interesting. So thank you everyone who submitted us something. It's been really, really cool seeing stuff, and I hope to see a lot more of it. The stream will go into VOD mode, so it will be up on YouTube, so you can go back and watch all the stuff. I might wait a bit before making it live, because I want to chop off the bit at the start where I was just like trying to fiddle and get my overlay working, and it didn't work. But that's all. I just want to do that, so it might not go up right away. Anything else? Anything else I want to say? Nah, I'm gonna get off because I need to get some food and I've got a lot to do. So thank you for watching. Okay, as I say, keep an eye on Twitter, keep an eye on YouTube, keep an eye on Patreon. You'll see when the next one's coming. Probably tomorrow, based on what I've got going on. I'll see you then. Thanks, guys. See you then.